Hey, channeling with love. Oh my goodness, we are here. It is almost 6:30. I'm a little early. I figured I'd pop on so people could see me as they come to the group. This is where I'm going to be channeling live tonight. I'm in the group Channeling with Love on Facebook. If you're watching this later on YouTube and you want to ask live questions while I'm channeling or provide recommendations to add to the wheel that we're going to spin in a few minutes for our mystery channeling, please try and join Channeling with Love. It's a really cool group. There's some great, amazing people here that are all spiritually connected and like-minded. And it's just a fun place to be. I really enjoy it, and I appreciate everyone who has newly joined. We've gotten a lot of new members. So if you're here tonight and you're a new member, you haven't maybe seen me go live too much, thanks for joining and thanks for being here. And for everyone who has seen me go live quite a bit, welcome back. I'm so excited to be channeling for everyone tonight. And I just want to say first and foremost as well that last week, I do apologize for having to cancel so close to the time. Things just kind of got crazy that day, and I needed to step back for that day. So I had a week to kind of regroup and move forward, and we're here now, and I'm really, really happy that we're here. I have a question. How's my baby girl? She is doing amazing. She's 6 months old now, and she's already trying to walk. She's crawling already, which is just like blowing my mind. And she's now trying to like pull herself up on things and like have us kind of help her walk. And I don't know, maybe it's pandemic baby, right? Like she is progressing, I feel, really quickly. So I don't really know what that's about, but it's just been so much fun to watch her grow. And I just appreciate having the time and being able to be so present and see her grow and watch her and pay attention. So I'm really, really grateful that A, I had her, and also B, that the spirits really helped me kind of structure my life to where I can be really present most of the time, which is really amazing. And I feel like a lot of these kind of themes have been coming up for me today around gratefulness and working with spirit and just really going with the flow in the energy of, don't buck the current, going with the current and letting spirit really take care of you. So that's been coming up a lot for me. And I'm not sure if any of those messages will come through later on when we spin the wheel and see who we're channeling. It'll be fun and interesting to see what those beings have to say. But I've been getting a lot of like grateful vibes and awesome, just kind of reaffirming vibes. So it's been great. Oh, sorry guys, I'm bumping the camera here. I'm seeing a lot of hellos. Hello, hello. I am going to just start diving in. If you guys have questions, what you can do is you can post your questions in the chat, and we're going to spin the wheel. I have a mystery wheel. If you haven't seen it before, we're going to spin it, and whoever the little spinner thing lands on is who we're going to channel. All of the beings that are on this wheel have been recommended by Channeling with Love group members. So I didn't put anyone on there that wasn't on the list and recommended by you guys, the group members. And so it'll be really fun to see who steps forward, and we'll just get going. Without further ado there. Hey guys, seeing more people joining. Hello, hello. So I'm going to share my screen here in a second. Okay, and just a heads up, this website, it's called pickerwheel.com. I just randomly found it when I first started doing the mystery wheel channelings in, I believe it was 2019 for Halloween. And I'm not sponsored. I don't think you pay for this. It's just a website that I have found and I've just used because it's kind of cool. So if you wanted to make your own picker wheel, say you're channeling or you're doing channeling practice, this is a fun way to do practice and not be kind of stuck in a list of specific beings that maybe you're channeling really frequently. If you're expanding and trying to build up your kind of repertoire of energy, this is a fun way to do it. So just a heads up if you're interested in that. So without further ado, we will hit the spin wheel or spin button. Aw, Jesus. I felt like he was going to come in, and I'm so happy to see him. So what I'm going to do is hit the hide choice. So next time when we spin the wheel, he will not pop up again. And I'm feeling him coming in from behind my, like kind of in my upper back area. And I feel him stepping forward. He's increasing his energy. He's opening up a bit more. And now I'm starting to feel kind of warm. I don't know if you guys are practicing, you like to channel yourself, or if you're just interested in feeling the energy as it expands. Jesus is really laying it on thick. And he's kind of coming up from the top of my back all the way up through my neck, and it feels like he's coming down and also out of my crown chakra. So there's a lot of energy flowing through my upper chakras here. And now I'm feeling pressure on my temples. Some of you may feel goosebumps or maybe heat or cool patches. It's different for everyone, but this is kind of what I'm feeling right now. And I feel like he's grabbing my shoulders too, kind of like a big brother would step behind you and like grab your shoulders and kind of squeeze to say, hey, I'm here. And I'm feeling that right now. And I see him as a big brother. I don't see him as and I haven't interacted with him as a very serious spiritual being. If you want to, kind of go there, I really see him as a confidant, someone I can go to and turn to for support. And just that, I'm getting the heart chakra expansion now. And he's just sharing that love with me, and I hope you guys feel it too. He's really, really awesome. So, and that's how I connect with Jesus. He's just a beautiful, beautiful being. And he's saying, thank you, dear one. This is a great example of a way to connect with him if you aren't as comfortable connecting with him because of maybe your perceptions or past experiences with other religious structures that use, and he's been a part of, and his image has been used in those teachings. And they're based on a lot of his teachings when he was incarnated as Jesus. If that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. He loves you anyway. He doesn't mind if you don't connect with those structures. I think most of us here probably don't really affiliate with that or aren't fully tied to that kind of structure around spirit. But if you do, that's okay too. But he's just saying that connecting with a being such as himself is a very personal experience, and you may see him in a different light. He's referencing how I mentioned I see him as like a big brother. So you may see him as a big brother, or maybe he's saying a healer, a person to provide wisdom and guidance, someone like a mentor in your life. And he's just kind of showing like he style flexes. He connects with all of us as we need to connect with him. And he's just saying it's glorious to be here. He wants me to make sure I'm saying glorious. And how I see that and sense that in my mind is I'm seeing the word glorious and it's underlined, and like, when you're capitalizing or editing a paper, that's kind of what it looks like. So it's a little messy, but that's how I know this is a serious word, glorious. And he's referencing this again. He's saying, it is glorious that you are here in this moment, wherever you are. It is glorious that you are here on earth in this moment, wherever you are. While it may be easy to be bogged down with the day-to-day chaos, upheaval, change, energy, the Oh, I'm feeling a little tightness. He's putting that pressure, that tightness on my heart chakra. A lot of people are feeling very stressed right now. There's a lot of really serious issues taking place across the globe. And he's saying, even regardless of this, uh, it's so glorious that you are here in this moment. You are here to express your light. You are here and fully capable of increasing the love and light energy here upon Gaia's back, upon her crest. You know, we're on her outer edges, on her back essentially. And he's just highlighting that it is so glorious that you are here, and I'm so proud that you are here. While it may not always feel like glorious, exuberant, amazing work, your day in and day life energy and how you pull forward and how you move through your learning opportunities, those ups and downs in our life, that is glorious work. And maybe quiet work. You may lead a quiet life. You may lead a life that is more busy, loud. You may have influence over others. He's pointing to people who are maybe stepping forward in the limelight, like people on the news, people in movies, you know, people who are really stepping forward and influencing a lot of people all over social media. There are many who are comfortable stepping forward to do that work, but he's saying while there are people stepping forward, those people who may not feel like they're stepping forward in the same way, and you're like reflecting, you may be reflecting on how you are moving through your life and comparing it to someone else, maybe on social media. He's saying your life is just as valuable, it's just as important and impactful to those around you. And it may be more quiet and more still or more exciting. He's saying, who knows? It's all up to you. It's in your free will hands. But he's saying that ultimately you are in this light, you are in this moment, and it's all up to you. And there's no mistakes. Everything is meant to be. Just moving forward as you choose is glorious in and of itself. And I'm seeing a lot of people popping on. Yep, I'm channeling Jesus right now. For those of you who have just joined, thank you for showing up. It's been awesome to see everyone popping in. And I'm asking him if there's any other main messages that he wants to get to. He's wanting me to circle back to what we were just talking about. He's kind of highlighting social media and how it can be deceiving. And I think a lot of us know this, like people who, post all their perfected or happy moments on like Instagram or all the various social media platforms. They're only showing you a sliver of their life. You're not seeing everything that they're experiencing. And to remember this, he's saying, remember this, you are fully in control of your life experience. And while there are some predetermined, he's saying excursions, almost like you're on a cruise. He's kind of laughing. There are excursions, these moments in our life that we've contractually agreed to in our life contract or our mission here on Earth. And while we do have some moments like that, most of the time we have full control over how we react in the moment, how we are looking at ourselves, going within versus seeking external confirmation, and how we can move through this chaos and get to the glorious light and experience that gratefulness energy that we can claim whenever we wish as we are here on Earth. He's saying it's not an easy road to be here, and he's just thanking all of you for being up for a challenge and being here. And he's saying he will be he's kind of showing me like him standing, and I don't know if I'm assuming they do this in baseball because this is the image he's showing me, but like we're all out playing baseball. We're on this big field, and he's like coaching people. And he's, maybe this is more like a football thing, maybe, but I'm saying baseball. And he's got like the little microphone and the hat on, and he's like got his playbook out, and he's coaching all of us as we need it and as we wish to turn to him. And he's saying he'll be there with his best plays. And he's kind of making me feel like not a competitive spirit, but an excited energy. Like he's so happy to help us and assist us in whatever it is that we want to turn to him for assistance with. So it's so interesting when Spirit gives me sports analogies, because I'm not a sports person. So I think I bungled that whole thing, but that's what I saw. And he's just kind of laughing at me. He's like, "You're fine." Thank you. And yeah, so that's, I'm asking, is that the main thing that he wants to say? Is there anything else? Saying, no, I love all of you, and I'm so happy to be of assistance as you need it. Now he's pointing to a few people had questions here. Let's see. Many of you are saying you're feeling him right now, that there's heat that you're feeling. That's so awesome. That's great. Yeah, whenever I channel Jesus, I feel a lot of heat come straight in, and he's very, very engulfing, like a big bear hug, and I love it. So this person, I do apologize, I can't see your name, but you asked if you would like, or if you could get a message from Jesus. I'm getting a sense that as you move over the next few weeks, you may be moving into a challenging time, not in like a greater contextual way, like in all of the big things that are happening on earth, but more specific to your experience. And Jesus is saying he wants you to go within. He wants you to remember when you're feeling maybe stressed. I'm kind of getting this tightness in my chest. When you are feeling kind of a pressure, to remember to go within, and he will be there. He will be within. And going within, it's easy to just say that, going within, and he's kind of wanting me to delve into this a little bit. So if you're new to channeling, or if you're interested in kind of exploring more of this, going within is really about seeking the confirmation and asking the questions, talking out the situations within yourself. So maybe not going to ask questions, of someone else, or comparing your situation to someone else and getting bummed about it or stressed that your situation is not matching others. He really wants you to go within and trust your gut. And how I like to do this is pretty straightforward exercise for me. I like to meditate, and I just still my mind. I try and sit in stillness for a little bit. And then I typically know I have some questions, or there's something on my mind that I need to figure out, and I need to get some guidance on. And I like to ask those questions. And first, I like to feel in my body what is happening. Am I, when I ask the question, getting a sense of an answer already? Am I already getting that in my body, like an expansion energy, or a contracting energy, like a pressure, a yes or a no? So that's kind of going within. Our angels, our guardian angels, Jesus, Mother Mary, any ascended master that you connect with. I love to bring in Archangel Michael on all of my kind of my meditation sessions, and I ask them to help assist me in the guidance. So I may receive different little bits here and there from different beings who are assisting me in that moment. But I also am feeling in my body, does that resonate with me? Yes or no? Do I want to go with that? And typically by the end of this going within session, this meditation session, I feel better. I'm able to know in my heart and my gut which direction I want to go in, or what makes the most sense. And sometimes it's really quick. Sometimes it's just, oh yeah, I feel it. I know what I need to do. Sometimes, especially if I'm all in my head, which is easy to get into, and he's showing like my thoughts like tangled up like string, like yarn, and I'm trying to untangle everything. And sometimes it's hard to untangle things, but uh, he's saying that um, it can take short amounts of time or it can be quicker, or it may take some time for you to settle yourself to feel versus think. And that's kind of that separation between your mind and your heart. So that's a quick breakdown, very brief, high level breakdown of going within. But he's saying thank you. He wants you guys to feel comfortable with that concept. And if you have questions about that, you can turn to him, or you can write questions on the Channeling with Love group wall if you would like some more conversation around that. I'm asking him now if there's anything else. He's pointing to a few other questions, okay? So Faith, Hope, Love is asking, can Jesus please direct me on what specifically I should be doing now purpose-wise? I've been in a resting hermit mode for a while. That's a great question, because I think a lot of us have these cycles where, and he's saying yes, where we go into hermit mode, we retreat, we need to rest. I've definitely am trying to come out of that cycle. I took a lot of time because I had my baby, and now it's building back that energy. I'm getting more motivated to move forward and do more channelings like this or other events and things like that. And he's highlighting that resting hermit mode is perfectly okay. If you feel like you're ready to move forward out of that hermit mode, then he's saying the ball is in your court. Again, sports analogies there. The ball's in your court, Faith, Hope, Love. You can move forward. And he's saying, look at your options and then listen to what feels expansive, what feels good in your body. So if you have a few options on your plate, maybe you get, and I'm just going to throw examples out here, get a part-time job, maybe do some schooling or join a team or a group activity. You have a few options. What feels good to you? What feels right for you in your life and in this moment? And then compare those and feel in your heart, in your body, what is exciting, or feel what, ooh, maybe I'm not ready for group sports events. I'm me personally, I'm definitely not. But, you can kind of get a sense of what you're attracted to, what direction you need to go in. And of course, there's also those basics. We have to be able to eat. We have to be able to have a house, a roof over our head. So what activities do you have to do to make that happen? Or if you're set, that's great. That's awesome. How do you move forward in the other areas of your life? So it's really self-directed. He's again pointing, go within. You have many opportunities, and he's not making me feel like there's any rush. So if you're feeling ready, like you're starting to get motivated, then go with it. But if it doesn't happen right away, don't beat yourself up about it. He's making me feel like you might be a little hard on yourself sometimes, and he doesn't want you to do that. There's no reason to feel guilty or feel like you're not moving forward in the direction that you want to go in because you haven't like jumped in and just done it, or made it really like a huge change in your schedule or whatnot. So yeah, feel free to ease into it if you wish. And I hope that resonates with you. Okay, this question, I'm sorry I don't see your name. Will this person have custody of their grandchildren long term? There's a lot of energy flooding in. He's making me feel like there's a heart expansion. There's a lot of love there. You're really a person who is giving so much of yourself to your family, and really showing a lot of love and peace and safety for your grandchildren. And he's making me feel like there's not going to be a break in that feeling anytime soon. There may be some changes coming up it is in free will choice hands. So there are some people who are making decisions, and it will be kind of up to those people to make those decisions. But you definitely have a decision at the table. Are you willing to keep them long term or forever, however long you're willing to? So expressing your opinions, he's saying, make sure it's known that you want to move forward in that way, and that they're welcome, and you're wanting them, and then there will be some choices made. So he's not giving me a definitive answer. I do apologize for that, because that is something that you would really want to know, like, up front. But he is making me feel like there shouldn't be a lot of stress around this, and just focusing in on the love and support that you can provide to your grandchildren. Yeah, and I'm just sending you a lot of love on that. I hope that resonates with you. All right, this is an interesting question here. Okay, I'm sorry I don't see your name either, but let's dig in here. My Earth years, and I do apologize. I'm going to totally butcher that. Puri Temple in India. Swami was your Siksha guru. If so, how was that experience? How long were you there, and who was your Siksha guru? That's interesting. Okay. I'm feeling like there are several timelines involved in this question, not just Jesus as we kind of have an idea of him in that particular experience, but in multiple life experiences that he has come here to Earth. He has been in India. So there are multiple experiences that he could speak on. I'm just feeling a lot of peace and stillness with this. And that's kind of like how he was. That was his experience as he was in that temple. And this person, I'm going to pop this back up here. So there's a few questions in here. So when Jesus was on earth and at this temple, and this person was their guru, Jesus's guru, how was the experience? I'm feeling on the experience piece, total love and stillness and like calmness. So that is how he was feeling and how that experience went. It was just really nice. How long were you there, and who was your Siksha guru? He's again making me feel like there's multiple. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to, if he's going to share the who part, but he's saying that there are several instances he was there. And he's showing other locations in India, not just in that one location. I'm asking him to kind of bundle up those experiences because there are several of them. He's saying altogether, he's showing me a handful on this side were much shorter life experiences. Like he popped in to check in on what was going on, and he had experiences, and then he left very quickly. So he did not actually like pursue this kind of holy, more religious experience. But then there's a handful of his experiences where he did pursue, and he those were longer. It feels like they were much longer. I'm asking him to give me a number. In multiple altogether, he's saying about 75 Earth years. And while that doesn't sound super long, like one person can live well past 75, he's saying that he came in times where being 40 was really old. So, and he's showing three life experiences in particular where he was much older, and he kind of worked with a lot of gurus, and he was more of a follower and achieving the stillness and experience. And he really enjoyed the experience. Cool. I never really thought to ask that about Jesus, of it, where else has he been on earth or in his other lifetimes. So that's an awesome question. Thank you. I hope that resonated. I'm not sure if I got to all of the pieces, but I really hope that that resonated for you. Okay, let's see here. Probably one, he's saying, yep, one final question for Jesus, and then we're going to try and go on to our next mystery channeling. But this person is asking, does Jesus have any guidance for me for family or work dynamics? I'm currently in the midst of many life excursions. He's just chuckling, and he's saying, yes, right now it's quite a turbulent time for you. He's saying there are common elements between your relationships, not only for your family, but also at your work. And so he wants you to kind of sit with that and see what are the common elements, like step back from the very specific situations or more of the heightened emotional situations that you may find yourself in with specific people. Kind of step back and look at what is happening overall. Like, are people exiting, or are they just not a match for you? Or is there something that you need to step forward into to bring forward your energy to match them? It's all about energy. He wants you to remember that. And he's pointing to everyone else. He wants everyone else to remember this too. When you are awakening, when you are ascending, when your energy is changing, often when we first start, that is when we really see a lot of people kind of falling out of our lives. They just don't resonate. We don't get along with them. They just kind of disappear, ghost you, or just choose to leave, not be around. And it may be because your energy just is not meeting their frequency. So it's not a good or a bad. It's not like their energy is good and your energy is bad, or vice versa. It's more of you're just not a match, or you're not matching in that situation. So stepping back and looking at what's the energy saying, what's going on with these situations, what's common between these situations, and how do I bring forward my love and light to each situation to either simmer it down and help heal the situation, or is this something where I just need to cut loose and move on? And he's saying that you definitely have some decisions to make. They may not always feel great, especially when you're in the moment and you're having to decide, oh, I don't want to hang out with that person anymore, or I don't want to have to work with that person anymore. How can I mitigate this? There are some, tough decisions that need to be made, but ultimately, at the end of the day, he's saying, go within, listen to your body, listen to your heart. You already kind of have a sense of what needs to happen. It's just a matter of stepping back and looking at the energy patterns and getting comfortable with the next steps. And there was a lot on that one. So I have a lot of pressure on my head here. And I'm asking him if that means anything specifically. He's saying no, there's just a lot. He's bringing in a lot of energy. So he can disseminate energy and send it out to you guys through the camera. I hope you're feeling that. And this energy will also be, he's saying, for those who will see this later, I always post these live events on YouTube. For those seeing this later, you'll feel this as well. So awesome. Okay. Anything else? He's saying, no, thank you all so much for your time and your presence. He's saying, I love you all. And he appreciates being able to pop in and say hello. And he's kind of squeezing my shoulders again. And I feel him kind of moving around in my upper back. And I hope he's taking away some of the tension that I have there. It's been a long day for me, but I'm so excited to be here. And it always just feels really good when I switch into channeling mode, and it's just high vibe and beautiful. Okay, so I see there are some other questions here for Jesus. When we pick the next person, I will ask these questions of the next being that comes through. So know that your question will not be ignored. So I'm going to share my screen again. And if you have more questions, or if anyone hasn't been able to post a question yet, please do so I can go ahead and answer them. Hope you guys can see that. We're going to hit the spin button here, and away we go. Oh my gosh. I was wondering if Callie was going to come up. Okay, it's time to change gears here. I'm laughing because if you have seen me channel Callie before, or if you have experienced Callie energy before, and I actually just saw a picture of her on my Facebook stream this morning when I was up at like 2 in the morning with Lana. I saw her, so that's why I was wondering if she'd pop up, and she's here. So if you guys want to feel her energy, she may be a little intense, I'm not going to lie. She's going to come in hot, and she's already starting to heat me up. So take some deep breaths if you're feeling the energy. She's putting a lot of pressure right here on my heart chakra, and she's coming in through my heart chakra and coming up behind, and she's showing me the image of her face, and she's doing the kind of like the what do they call them? The haka face, where they make like really intimidating facial expressions, and the point is to make people scared. She's doing a lot of that. She's stepping forward, and she's kind of rolling in. Oh my gosh. I'm totally fangirling over Callie. I love Callie so much. So, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm just seeing this comment. I'm going to pop it up here. Callie is one of my favorites and one of the first channelings I have ever seen of yours years ago. I wonder if there's some serendipity and the synchronicity here. Yes, there is. She's saying, you know it. You know it. She is just so empowering. I really feel her energy. While she's very strong and she can be a little scary, I feel her energy is more really empowering and supportive. And she's just saying there is no barrier to between herself and myself, and the energy that is around. And she's coming in really strong because she wants you to feel it. She wants me to feel her energy. And she's ready to step forward and share what she needs to share. She's looking at everyone and how stressed people are, how kind of shut down people are getting, and how chaotic the world is. And she's saying each and every one of us are responsible for our own reactions in each moment as we move forward here on earth. She says, you knew that this would not be a cakewalk. You knew that this would be a challenge, and that there would be challenges purposely placed within your life and in the greater collective consciousness, not just one human, but all of us together, collective consciousness, to work through and to be stronger for. While there are many, many situations where we choose to tap out, check out, shut down, or not recognize. She's showing like people hiding their eyes. They don't want to see what it is that they need to see. It may be a mirror in front of them, showing themselves and their behavior, showing them how they have moved forward, not in alignment with their energy. Okay. She's saying now is the time to, she's kind of saying now is the time to get right with yourself, to release any and all fears that you may have as you move through each and every day. And there is no better time to show yourself that you are very powerful, masterful, manipulator of the energy that you hold within yourself, and are a part of in your surrounding environment. She's showing the manifestation capabilities that we have once we release that fear. There's no holding us back. And she's showing like each of us has our own image of kind of our badass selves, so to speak. She is showing that each of us are strong in our own ways and our own image. And we have an opportunity to revel in that energy. And that's really what her goal is tonight. And as she works with people individually, is to remind us that we have the strength and we have the, she's kind of showing like the backbone and the gall and however else you want to see it, the gumption to step in front of something that maybe you're afraid of. And that might be yourself, that might be in your choices, that might be in the energy around you, that might be in external factors as well. But we are all, she's saying, we are all here to support you and to help you move through making those decisions and mastering the abundant energy that is around you. Whew. And one of her primary purposes is to help destroy. And she's like showing her arms going all over the place, and is to destroy or squash that fear that can well up, that darkness that can well up around us. And many of us move through the world shrouded by fear. And she's there and she's showing an image of myself standing there with like a veil to show that like shrouded fear image. And she's walking up to me and like grabbing my face and just ripping it off, ripping that veil off, ripping the Band-Aid off. And she's saying, there is no time. First and foremost, there is no time. Period. There is no time. We only have this moment. So using your mind to be in this present moment is the most powerful, empowering thing that you can do for yourself as you move forward on your path. Because often fear is rooted in past experiences, trauma, that energy that's stuck to us within our energetic fields, the worries that we're going to have the same experiences if we make XYZ choices, and also in the future. What if I don't do what I need to do? What if this happens? What if? She's like, stop it. You're in this present moment and you have the ability to control this present moment and make choices in every moment as you move forward, which is only this moment. So as you're going on your path, you're always making choices in the moment. And she's saying not having that veil, not being shrouded, not being overwhelmed. It can take work. That's what that mirror is for. That's what the going within is for you to be real with yourself, to move forward, and to move without fear. And there's a lot of fear going around. She's saying fear is plentiful. Courage and light and clarity in your mind and clarity in your energy and clarity in your soul journey is unique. It's not as plentiful as fear is. So choose your own path. Do not hide away. Do not, she's showing like little people like hiding their faces and running around and like not going where they need to go. She's saying, don't do that. It's hard to get out of that once you start. If you've started, if you recognize it, you know too well that that is not for you. Whew. And she's putting a lot, like she's making me feel like she's like got combat boots on and she's just badass and she's just telling it like it is. She's not sugarcoating anything here, and she's really talking, I feel like, really, really directly. And I just love her energy so much. Do we have specific questions here? Okay, so there were some questions from Jesus. Let's see. Any guidance for me, Sandra? Any guidance for me regarding my job, please? Sandra, Callie is saying push your shoulders back and she's made me feel like I need to push my shoulders back. And she's saying, you are a pillar of strength and light and love, and there is no wavering in this pillar. You need to remember that. You're the strong person. And she's saying that there are some decisions to be made. She's making me feel like they may not be as obvious as maybe you're expecting. There may be a few different options, maybe some surprise options thrown in there. But she's saying, always trust and know what resonates and aligns with you and go forward. The door is always open. She's making me feel like there's this tunnel that we're all going through, our own tunnel. And whenever we step forward and that step is in alignment with our soul and our love and light and who we are, the door is always open. So it's like a tunnel. We can shoot through the tunnel or we can close the door. And she's just wanting you to think about it and remember to put your shoulders back. Make sure your posture is good. And she's just saying, you'll know what's in alignment with you and what's not, and stick with it. Don't bow or bend. There may be some at work that are trying to convince you or may try and convince you of things. They make me feel like they kind of, or the energy is kind of wishy-washy a little bit, like you're getting not sure of what direction to go in. And she's saying, going within, stand tall, know your energy, and go forward that way. Whew, okay, I hope that resonated with you, Sandra. That's so awesome. Aw, congratulations. I'm sorry I don't see your name, but this person says, the baby I am carrying is so related to Callie, really in need of a huge guidance. Deep gratitude already, infinite gratitude, Callie. Beautiful. And she's saying, yes, there is fiery energy in that child. And she's saying, you must match that energy and guide that small being who's coming into the world, because they will be looking to you for that guidance, for that. She's making me feel it's almost as if it's like permission, but it's not permission. It's like you're the blueprint, and you get to write that blueprint however you want before that baby comes, and then you get to show that blueprint to that child and help support that person that they're growing into, that they're becoming. And she's making me feel like there's a ton of fire and strength. And this may be a challenge, but you also have that fire and strength. And this is going to be something bonding and really beautiful for you to share with your baby. I love it. And she's saying, if you need to call on me, please call on me and I will be there. Yep, exactly, Chrissy. She is so blunt. No fluff, tells it how it is. I love it. Chrissy is asking, any guidance for me in my life, please? She's making me feel like you're on your path. You can always shake it up if you wish. She's kind of making me feel like you're just floating along a little bit, Chrissy. I don't know if you have that feeling. Maybe there's like not a lot that's different or like fresh energy. It feels a little stagnant. If you want to shake it up, you can call on Callie. She'll come shake it up for you. Or if you want to shake it up, ask for certain opportunities, something that you've always wanted to do. Ask for that opportunity. Ask for assistance from your guardian angels. She's showing you delegating to your team and then bringing forward that energy, those opportunities to kind of shake it up for you and get you flowing again in a way that is fresh and engaging and more exciting for you. You're here to have fun. She wants everyone to remember that too. We're not here to be afraid, to be stressed, to be burdened. Yes, there are some lessons we have to learn that are hard. They're not always fun lessons, but we have to learn these lessons. But ultimately, we are here to enjoy the energy around us, to enjoy our self-discovery, to enjoy the relationships we have around us, or if we don't enjoy them, create new ones, move forward. We are masters of abundant energy, and she wants us to remember that. It's almost as if like she's slapping us in the face. Remember who you are. I just feel like I don't know if that's a scene in a movie or something, but she's just saying, remember who you are. Remember you are a badass being of love and light. And we're all here to have fun and to learn and to really challenge ourselves. And Chrissy, the floating around, it's okay sometimes to step back. Like Jesus was saying, it's okay to like be relaxed and not have to be like going forward all the time. But if you're not interested in feeling that way anymore, time to take action, time to make it happen. Whew, Deborah is saying she just pulled a Kali Ma card last week. Oh, that's beautiful. And your picture is so cute, Deborah. Beautiful little baby. Awesome. Okay, let's see here. Final question, I think, and then we'll try and get another being to come in. And we have a few minutes left, so we'll try that. This person would love some guidance on how to help their youngest son. He drains me with how strong-willed and emotional he is. He has also been very scared at night to fall asleep. Any guidance or help would be greatly appreciated. Whew, yeah, she's putting a lot of pressure on my heart chakra on this, and she's saying, emotional regulation is a learned skill. We're not always blessed or gifted with how to do that as we grow up. And if we learn from someone who doesn't know what they're doing, it doesn't help us as we move forward in our life. She's saying, if you wish to help your son, be very clear and consistent in your directions to him, in your expectations of his behavior, and make sure he feels safe to express what he needs to express, and make sure he feels safe in releasing that energy, and but also not dwelling in it, not staying in that space that might not be the healthiest for him. And she's saying you may need assistance in this, like other family members or maybe your partner. You need to be on the same page as to what the game plan is. But bringing forward very clear, consistent tools in how to have or engage in emotional regulation, expressing themselves, allowing that expression, but also bringing it back to how do we move forward? What do you want to do moving forward? Going within. How does that look, going within? Taking time to meditate and relax and step back. She's also making me feel like there's a lot of stressors on this guy. Like there are a lot of things going on in his mind. Like maybe he's just very analytical, very busy in his thinking, and he needs to have help slowing down. That's part of where the nighttime anxiety, stress, nightmares, poor sleeping habits are really coming into play. It's in his mind, and we need to get him out of his mind and feeling his body, and then helping him feel how to relax, feeling his muscles relax. That'll help him fall asleep for sure. But getting him out of his mind, creating these, again, she's pointing to, he's living in the future, the what ifs. He's not necessarily in the present moment. So what's happening in the present, you can mirror that to him and also match his energy or guide his energy to a more calm state. This is something you can do as his parent, and this will also help not only yourself, but your son and any other family members, because it's balancing and refreshing that energy and bringing it to a place where he can direct it. She's saying concretely, more like he is the master manipulator of his energy. And I'm doing these hands because whenever I hear or get the sense of like free will choice, it's always in our hands. We have the ability to make the decisions. And that's why I always like throw my hands up like that. Whew, okay. Yep. She's cutting that off there. So I hope that resonates for you. Yeah, he definitely has some stuff going on, but you can certainly guide him, and he's turning to you for assistance. And so you need to show him how to move his body to get extra energy out. Be silly. It doesn't have to be a really serious exercise or activity to achieve the same goals of being calm and peaceful and relaxed before bed. And as he goes into these situations where he might be a little more keyed up, especially emotional. Our emotions are our powers. It's how we are able to sense energy, make decisions, how we can connect with others around us. That's one thing. Oh, and Callie's coming really strong in this. A lot of galactic beings, starseed family members, we're supported by starseed beings all the time. And Kristen Davies and Paul Milgis are actually having a starseed class coming up. Definitely check it out at KristenDaviesMedium.com if you want to. I'm going to pop in on that one. I've done several starseed classes, but they're going to take the reins on this one, and I'm just going to pop in and say hi. But many of our galactic counterparts, other galactic beings, they come to Earth to have life experiences. We are galactic beings here on Earth having a human experience. Because emotions are very present in this reality, and in other planets, other societies, other reality like dimensions, emotions are not as key. There are emotions present, but they're not as strong or contrasting as they are here in this dimensional frequency. So that's why a lot of people or a lot of beings come here to Earth, is to have that contrast that helps us learn a lot faster in our soul journey on how to use those emotions, how to connect, how to learn and grow through the situations that we experience here on Earth. Little tidbit there for you. Callie wanted me to throw that out there because emotions are our strength. They are a very amazing tool. It's not letting our emotions consume us and control our actions, because we are not our emotions. We're having emotions. We are not our thoughts. We have thoughts. We are the creators of our reality. So this is really a powerful lesson to learn. And if you can help him navigate that, and I don't know how old your son is. Oh, well, he's probably, younger, since he's having a hard time and staying in your house, and he's very strong-willed and emotional. I feel like he's much younger. So learning this at a very young age is a really, really excellent and powerful tool to have in his toolkit as he grows up. And that's for anyone. Yeah, I could definitely use some assistance with all of that too, for sure. Okay, so I'm going to try and hit that wheel one more time. Callie's stepping back. Thank you, Callie. This is beautiful. And there's a few conversations or comments going on here. Chrissy is saying, time to move, play, and have fun. Yes, Chrissy, have fun. Do something different. Shake it up. Okay, so there's a few questions here, and thanks for the advice for their son. And this last comment here, sent before finish, having clashes with people and just not resonating in the same way as before. Felt very separated and no sense of future way. Yeah, I think a lot of people are feeling that, definitely. Clashes, people aren't resonating with each other. And there's a lot of people who are rising in frequency. And so as we rise in frequency, those other people who aren't rising with us, they just don't match. They don't match us. They fall out of our lives, or they're more dramatic and there are clashes and then they drop off. So however, you can get through that. Sometimes it's really growing pains. It's very stressful. It can be difficult to move forward, but know that everyone is for the best, especially when you're in those situations where you're clashing and it just isn't working. You can't make people change their frequency. You can help them, you can share your experiences, but they ultimately have that choice to rise or fall based on what's going on around them or within them. Okay, so there are 2 questions left. Let's see if I can get another being to step in, and I'm going to try and keep this pretty short because we're already at time. I appreciate you guys hanging out a little longer with me, and let's just see who else wants to step forward for those last few questions. Whoa, the moon. Okay. Whew, the moon. I've channeled the moon several times, especially in my starseed classes and my fairy courses. This is a very different energy from Callie. Callie is fiery, direct, straight to the point, badass, kick your butt type of energy. Face melting energy. That's Callie. The moon, way relaxing. And I think this is a great energy to step in so we can connect. And you guys, there's a full moon this weekend. So this is great. I'm feeling really good about this one. Okay, so questions here. The next question here is, how can I help my son stop using drugs? Okay, so I'm feeling that the moon's energy shifting, and it was kind of like way up floating above me. Now it's floating right down here in front of my face. I don't know if you guys can sense that, maybe around you. Yeah, there's wavy, spacey feelings going on. Yes, very much kind of flighty, less grounded, but not like out of space kind of feel, for lack of a better description there. The moon is saying, ultimately, it is your son's choice to stop using drugs, to stop running away from the emotions, from, she's highlighting the word trauma. There's a lot of trauma there that he needs to deal with. And this is in his court. This is in his hands. He gets to make this choice. There are several lessons being embedded in kind of this whole experience of giving away power. He's giving away a lot of his power. He's running and hiding from some trauma, from things that he needs to process and release. There's a lot of releasing that needs to take place, but he's holding on to it, and it's driving his actions. And there's also the addiction element to that. Sometimes, that addiction steps in and we're giving away our power, so we don't have a lot of control over the actions that we take when we're in that state, unfortunately. She's just making me feel like reminding him that you love him, that you support him. He's not the energy or thoughts, those mental processes that he's clinging to. He's not his fear. He's not the external factors that he's turning to for soothing. He is whole and complete in who he is. And just sharing that love with him. You can always, of course, seek professional assistance, get therapy. There's rehabilitation centers that can help stop the drug, specifically the addiction portion of this. But there's also the emotional, mental healing that needs to take place in order to really stop all of this altogether. But she feels very feminine, the moon does, is making me feel like just your love, compassion, and willing to support him and help direct him in a way that'll be healthier for him is going to be key. And it might not work right away. She's saying, do not give up. Do not doubt that the seed has been planted. We cannot see, when we plant seeds, we cannot see what's going underneath the soil, going on underneath the soil. We just have to trust that things are happening. And then once we see those shoots coming up, then we can take action. We can water. We can protect from the elements. We can really help this plant, this being, this person flourish as they are intended to. But there's also the free will choice element as a human. We're not plants, we're humans. But she's kind of reiterating we can provide supports, but we ultimately each have our own choices to make. And you can't make those choices for him, but you can show him the way. You can give him love and support and help him get the help that he needs as he moves forward, and if he makes those choices to engage in that receiving of assistance. She's saying there's the spiritual element as well. You can call on, you can send love and light, send your angels to assist his team. We all are surrounded by angels. And you can ask that spirit step in and help as much as they can. We can have that free will choice. So we can choose to ignore spirit if we want, or we can choose to embrace spirit and flow with the energy or against it. So ultimately it comes down to his choice, but you have choices to provide support, love, and care for your son. And I'm sending you a lot of love and support and Reiki and love and light to you, because that's a hard place to be. And watching someone you love not do loving things to themselves is really, really hard. So I'm sending you a big hug and love and light. And to anyone else who's also experiencing this, an addiction themselves, or trying to support a person that's struggling with that, I'm just sending you all the love and light I can. And the moon, she's really putting a lot of like this energy on my forehead, and she's shooting it out to you guys. She's shooting it right at the camera. It just feels like, when you're I just kind of feel like I have like practical magic vibes when I'm seeing this image that she's putting in my head. When you're staring at the moon, or when you're out and you happen to notice the moonlight, and there's just a stillness and a peace that comes with looking at the moon and seeing that light and feeling the light on your face. She's putting it right on my face. There's a stillness and a peace there. And that really is a powerful place to be. That's a place where we can go within and be safe and comforted and make our choices, feel in our body, like Jesus and Callie both spoke to. And she's saying, if you wish to call on me, whether she's full or waning or waxing, all the different stages that she's in, she is full in her energy, and she will come in and assist us if we wish to work with her. And I totally am getting the practical magic vibes, just because it's the moon. And in that movie, there's lots of moonlight and remnant like moments of reflection with moonlight. Anyway, that's the energy I'm getting, guys. And with that, I think I'm going to end it for tonight. We went a little bit over time. I really appreciate everyone's patience with me, and I'm sending you all love and light. Thank you for the questions, and I'm really hoping you guys enjoyed this channeling. I will be moving forward doing mystery channelings once a month. While I'm stepping forward, kind of like how we were talking earlier, and ramping up with my energy, and working on getting more videos out and more live events up, I'm slowly easing back into it. So be patient with me. If you guys have questions, feel free to post on the group wall your questions. or if you have recommendations of someone you would like to see maybe pop up on that spinner wheel, please post a recommendation. I love getting recommendations, and our spinner wheel's getting a little thin there. So I will be probably refreshing it here in the next few weeks. And I appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. Have a great weekend. I know it's Easter weekend and there's a full moon. And there's just a lot of good energy as well as the, up in the air kind of crazy energy too. So do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Love and light. Have a